Hello, good afternoon, welcome to a new video. We changed hotels and this place is like a maze in the jungle. There's this new long-term here and she's starting a women's ministry, so we've been following her around and it's kind of my favorite storyline that we've hit so far. So we're putting a lot into it and we're gonna be filming. Basically, she's gonna be taking some of the team members on a tour to show them what the bar streets look like during the day. And then we're actually going into the bars tonight and she's gonna do some ministry. And we're gonna be doing a lot with her, so that's really exciting. Okay, so we're here on the side of the road in the middle of town, and I'm trying to learn how to use this DJI Osmo, which is really cool. It's like on a gimbal, and they were like, Julia, I can do it, and I was like, yeah! And then he was like, you can do it because you know how, and I was like, oh no, I have no idea, but you know.
Alright, you see this, Julia?
Uh-huh.
See how like now when I'm holding the trigger, like it stays forward? Come look at the screen. You see the screen isn't moving much.
What are you doing?
I'm just holding the trigger.
You're holding the trigger.
Mm-hmm. So it's like, it's just keeping that
wow.
still, like so if we were walking like that.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay, man.
Okay, you're ready, my man. Yeah, let's go.
Okay. What?
Jesus, I pray we don't lose this video clip. Oh, it won't even turn off. That's awesome.
What happened?
I don't know.
The screen went black, you can't see it in it anymore. What?
Well, it's just cut.
That's okay. We're still filming.
It's still filming?
Yeah, he's still filming.
He's still filming.
Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. I missed it. Do it again.
Alright, ready? Let's walk.
Yeah. She's carrying all the bags. And photographer.
Wait to see what it looks like.
Yeah, for forever.
Tell us about the name though, and like what it means to you and all that stuff.
I'm like, oh, I should move.
Lucy, you cannot be in the show. Bro, Ricky! Alright, that's a wrap. We are going home for dinner. This is Chrissy, by the way. Hello! I haven't been in my vlog yet. This is my vlog.
Oh, hi!
We're featuring Christy.
I mean, it's one of the
and a big part of our thing.
overflow ones.
She's amazing.
Just call us if you need.
I don't want to give them any spoilers, but you know.
It's so exciting!
You're so out of focus. Ooh. Alright, we're back now and we're gonna get ready and we're actually going to the bars tonight. Christy's gonna be doing some ministry, and I guess now that she just moved here, this is the beginning of her formal ministry, which is exciting. We're gonna be filming her and doing it with her, which honestly makes me want to throw up. Like, this is the kind of thing that makes me really sad and really uncomfortable, and it's gross and it's sad, and I don't really know what to do with it. And whenever we talked about it in the office, like preparing for stories, like I would start crying. And before the race, it kind of freaked me out, and I kind of avoided it, and I didn't really, yeah, whenever there were opportunities to go into the bars in the race, I really didn't take them. I went like literally one time, and it was really short and really chill, and so I really don't know what I'm doing. I'm nervous, I'm freaking out. Actually, I'm not freaking out, I feel calm, but I'm just like, I don't know, it's the kind of thing that I feel like I can't really avoid anymore. I mean, I'm the producer, I have to go. I don't want to avoid it anymore, so I'm going, but I'm not excited.
Find light in the beautiful sea. I choose to be happy. You and I, we're like diamonds in the sky. You're a shooting star, I see a vision of ecstasy. When you hold me, I'm alive. We're like diamonds in the sky. I knew that we'd become one right away. Oh, right away. At first sight, I felt the energy of sun rays. I saw the light, so shine bright.
It's Sunday morning now, and we are obviously done with ministry last night. So the footage that I filmed was just random footage of like the streets and everything. I didn't actually film anything that we were doing, but it was, I'll just recap it for you. And we prayed a lot, and I was feeling a lot better, and I felt like, you know, this doesn't have to be that complicated. Like, it's a simple thing. Like, I have the joy of the Lord in my heart, and when I enter a place, like, the Spirit of the living God is entering that place, and that's like the attitude I'm gonna have. But it's still hard. Like, when we walked in, I was holding the Osmo, and like, you guys know, if you've seen the Osmo, it's like this like long handle and has this like circular camera, and I felt like I was holding a gun like to the side, like walking in, and it was just heavy. But then we walked in the bar. It was a really chill bar, and it was just, you know, the women were just kind of sitting around, and there were men, and then people were playing pool. And I felt like if I had not known that bar was a place you go for prostitution, I wouldn't have known. And I was sitting there at first, and I was like, man, this is so easy to ignore. Like, there's so much going on that I almost have no idea, and I'm sitting right here. And that freaked me out. But then I feel like my eyes were opened, and all of a sudden I looked around, and I was noticing everything. Like, there was this man who was like groping this woman, and she was mute, and so she like literally couldn't speak for herself. And that was happening a couple other places. I talked to this one man who was old and just so sad, and he said that his wife had died, and he had a girlfriend that broke up with him, and he lives alone in Thailand, and his family doesn't visit him. And it's just like that's the man that's like going in that bar, is like that broken, lonely kind of person. And it was sad. And like, just I finally just like stopped sitting there and went and hung out with some of the women and played pool with them, and we had fun, and we danced, and we had fun. It was a good night. Like, we had fun, and Christy's ministry has like formally begun, and it went great. And but it was hard. It was sad, like, to think all those women have babies and families, and I can empathize with feeling broken, and I can empathize with, you know, going to a bar and feeling lonely. But I can't really empathize with the reality of it, and I can't really empathize with like that desperation and the hopelessness. I felt for the past couple of years that I needed to get closer to this thing, but I was just so disgusted and freaked out by it, I didn't want to. And so obviously last night is the closest I've ever gotten. And I kept thinking, like, in my head, the closer I get to it, the closer I allow myself to get to it, the harder it is, obviously, but the closer anyone who's listening to me is gonna get to it, closer all of you are gonna get to it. And that's a good thing, you know, because it's so easy to ignore. So the closer we can get to it, and the more we can open our eyes and look at it, the more light is on it, and the less, like, you know, it's so easy to ignore, but it's we can't ignore it. It's everywhere, and it's not just in Cambodia. It's everywhere. It's wherever you live, it's there too. It's hard. I mean, I was talking to Chrissy yesterday, and she was saying, like, some of the women are literally like kidnapped from villages, and people will come into the villages and trick their families into thinking they're taking their daughters to get good education, and then they will just bring them here, have them work in the bars, and get them addicted to alcohol, so that they're like in debt and have to stay. And then other women, I guess you could say, they, you know, voluntarily went into the business, but they like have no other choice. Like, there's literally, like, there's not a gun to their head, but there's like literally no other option to feed their families and to take care of their families. So it's like this desperation and this hopelessness that, like, I can barely understand. But I think, again, like, the closer we can get to it, and the more we can look at it, and the longer we can look at it, the better. Because it can't stay in the dark. Like, it needs light. So it's hard, but I'm glad we did it, and we're gonna do it again. We're gonna do it a couple more times. I know this isn't fun to talk about, but I appreciate you guys listening. This is important. This is happening in your backyard. Probably you need to know about it. So I appreciate your guys' prayers. because we're going to be doing more door-to-door, we're going to be doing more bar ministry, we're going to be doing more and more and more. So I appreciate any prayers you guys could send our way. That would be great. Thanks for watching this video. Give it a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and subscribe to my channel if you haven't, and I will see you in the next video.